if you've never experienced a network issue during an interview or maybe a meeting, then I'm sure you're not staying in Nigeria. Okay. I know you asked a question earlier on about, um what's the expectation from this presentation or from this webinar today. But I wasn't able to like pick some of the responses. I don't can you guys just just pop it in the chat so I can help me know how to manage the whole audience with what I have actually coined out to present to everybody. Then I'll also, while doing that, I'll be doing my introduction so we can actually maximize the use of time. We have like 1 hour or so for this event, so I want us to like maximize the use of time. So you can just pop it in the chat box. You don't have to say anything. Just pop it in the chat box. I would actually, just go through it. So, a bit about myself. My name is Akinabi Idris. I'm the People Operations Specialist for Triple Cash Nigeria. I've been in the fintech space roughly about 6 years now. I worked in OPay as the compensation and benefit analyst. I moved into the center of expertise. That's HR also. Then I joined Triple Cash in 2021 as a people operations specialist, and I've been working in Triple Cash since 2021 to date. Also, what noting is I've been working remotely for since COVID. Yeah, I've been working. That's like almost for 4 years plus now. I've been working remotely, and it's kind of interesting how my career actually started. I studied physics education in school, and I won't say I'm like a brilliant mind when it comes to like education, but I know how to like just navigate my things. And we finished from school. All this kind of grade that makes you finish from school. So we finished from school, and I got started. I started teaching initially in a school, but I wanted more out of life. So I was looking for a way to break into the corporate world. Thankfully, I had a friend who worked in a consulting firm. He kept on pushing different job opportunities to me, and finally, I went for one interview. I went for a sales role, but on getting there, the interviewer saw something different in me. So he was like, "Oh, can you be an HR trainee?" You understand? And I also had like some skills in school that made me unique. I know some basic Excel skill. I did my project. I did my analysis myself, so I know some of the basic use of SPSS and Excels and the like. So it helped me during the interviewing stage, and it was like, okay, I think you'll be good because you did education in school and you can train people, and you can also use like some of your basic Excel skills. So that is how I got started. And one thing for sure is that by the end of that, I joined OPay in 2019, August 18, 2019. And by the end of that month, I was promoted into a different role. I joined as an intern, but I was promoted into a full-time employee by the end of that month, within roughly about 12 days. So that is just a bit about my story. And the reason I'm sharing this story is because what we want to talk about today has to do with internship. How you can get started as an intern, or how you can get an entry level role. Basically, intern, entry level role, they are kind of similar to each other. You understand? There's some organization that pays an intern as much as what a 1 or 2 years experience is actually earning. I've seen organizations that pay as much as that, 200, 300K for interns, you understand? And that is what someone with 5 years experience sometimes even struggle to earn in Nigeria nowadays. So I've seen things, you understand? That's why I'm actually sharing this experience. So I wouldn't wait, because of our time, I would just move very quickly. Um, I'm still expecting your messages in the chat box. I'm trying to navigate uh the 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 live session and also the screen together. So I've not seen any messages so far. The only message I've seen is Onye, okay, actually planning to transition into a career that resonates with who I am and what I love to do. Thankfully, like um, I read education in school. This is similar to what I actually did in school, and I have passion for it. I have done self-assessment, and one thing I usually have flair for is having things organized, whether it's with people. Someone advised me to be a nudge towards project management. So yeah, I'm looking forward to more insight on that. So I'm going to share some few things for us, and I hope this would actually help you out. So as a fresh graduate, the things that people tend to look at, you understand, the common belief, for fresh graduates or undergraduates about the job market. Number one is that they think they need a perfect GPA to get an internship role. They think it's difficult to land an internship role. They think networking is not important. They think uh they only start looking for something after they've actually finished their graduation. And all these things are just, you know, the common belief. They are myths, you understand? And we need to go deep down into all these things. You don't need a perfect GPA. For instance, me, I studied a 4 year course. I did 6 years, and that 6 years, the GP don't even enter inside the lagoon already. We just use both, take come out for school. You understand? So you don't need a perfect GPA to actually get started. You understand? I Funniest thing, since I've been working, I'm not sure I've actually tendered my BSc to any organization I've actually worked with. I've never OPay, cheaper cash right now. I've never. So you don't need a perfect GPA, you understand, to get an internship role. And number two, it's difficult landing internship role. Yes, it's quite difficult, but are you putting in the work to actually get what you want? There are a lot of resources out there that you can actually leverage on, and we will get to that in this presentation. Networking is not that important. This is one thing that actually killed a lot of people. I want to share a simple story about this networking later on while we'll actually get there. So networking is very important, and I can start looking for internship role after graduation. That's like the worst thing to actually think of. But I think majority of people on the call are already graduates, so we're already here already. You understand? So it's the wrong thing to actually think of. Thinking that, oh, once I finish with that is when I'll start looking for relevant experiences. So let's dive deep into this. So for Onyechi that talks about, trying to get into project management, this is basically something you really need to take a look into. So as an individual, we need to take a self-assessment of ourselves. We need to be aware of who we are, you understand? And there's this Japanese concept called ikigai. It's a reason for being, you understand? You start thinking, okay, what do I love? You understand? You know, what what does the world need? What can be paid for? What are you really good at? Understanding this concept would help you navigate, your passion, your profession, your vocation, and your mission in life. So you really need to think about it, because passion without money, you know, it's nothing. And a profession without money is also nothing. A profession without, you having passion for it, you feel dejected, And a profession without vacation, or what the world actually needs. So all these concepts, you need to bring it together, and you need to think about it as a whole. You need to think about what you love as a person. You love being organized. You love putting processes in place. You understand? You love um you love helping other people achieve what they want to achieve. You love organizing like a team. That is what you love as a person. Then you look at, okay, what does the world need right now? The world needs a lot of AI. The world needs a lot of technical guys that can actually help it solve the problems we're facing in terms of like SDG, in terms of like financial, in terms of like uh fast moving consumer group, in terms of like any industry. You just think about it. You look at what the world needs, then you look at the vacation, what can be paid for, which skill can I have that people are looking for and they will pay for it right now. Then you look at what you're good at as a person. This is just the concept of ikiga. It's quite simple, and you can make a further research on it. Because of that time, I won't dwell too much on it. It's very self-explanatory. Now, that being said, uh, we need to look at, okay, what are the skills that are in demand right now? There are two type of skills you can have as an individual. We have the technical skills or the hard skills. Then we have the soft skills. So when we talk about technical skills, these are like skills you need to do to work with. You understand? You're talking about UX UI. You're talking about UX UI. You're talking about project management. You're talking about data analysis. You're talking about software designer. You like cybersecurity. These are like the hard skills that are in demand right now. Technical hard skills that are in demand right now. And that is why within the organization you're always having like two departments. You have you have the um you have the tech tech department, and we have the operational department. For the operational department, what you need are the soft skills to run it, and basic tech skills. For the technical teams, you need hunk technical know-how, then little soft skills. So now looking at the skills that are in demand right now, we're looking at the technical skills. You're looking at software development, data analysis, machine learning, financial planning, web development, UI UX, uh, cybersecurity. These are like the top skills that people are looking for when it comes to like technical skills or hard skills. Then when you go to soft skills, you're looking at, okay, your communication skills. A customer support person now needs to be very, very sound in customer communication skills. Teamwork, how to manage your team. A manager needs teamwork. Problem solving skills. As an individual contributor, you need to know how to like navigate different problems you're actually facing within the workspace. Time management. These are like basic soft skills. Adaptability. These are like all these are like soft skills, and there are a lot more soft skills. And the funniest thing about all those things is like I did a video some days back about soft skills and hard skills. Soft skills are skills we learn on a daily basis. We learn from school, from our undergraduate year. These are like soft skills. Every little experiences that we interact with, that assignments that you were given in school, that teaches you how to solve a problem, or also how to lead the team. You understand? That sudden change in your schedule. Okay, we're moving our timetable from uh 9 a.m. to like 4 p.m. You know, that is adaptability skills. Being able to like adapt to that sudden change. Sometimes you want to go to the school. If you're living in a hostel, you don't have water, you don't have light, your clothes is roughed. You understand? You quickly find a solution to actually, do that. That is problem solving skill. That is adaptability. So these are like soft skills, and these things resonate with our work life. They are the same thing we use, but in a different way at work. So those are like skills. Now, I don't know if you have anybody have a question so far on what I've actually shared. You can pop it in the chat box, and you can unmute yourself. Any question at all? Okay. We can move on. We can proceed. Now, now that we understand, okay, the kind of soft skills and the hard skills we need, you know, then you go. The next thing you need to understand is, okay, you need to put some preparation in place for like um navigating your job search, which takes us to resume and cover letter, which is your CV and cover letter. Now, I'm going to share a simple story here. Some few, I think last year, I I sent. So someone was, was on my case. Oh, well, they need a job, they need a job, they need a job for the longest. And I was like, okay, share me your CV. And the person sent a CV to me, and that CV is nowhere to write home about. Literally nothing. Is so balanced. It's just like all the CV you get from like this uh local business center in within our area where it has like your information, age, date of birth, local government, and all this. I'm like, well, you went to school for like 2 to 3 years as an ND person or HND person, like 3 years, or a BSc like 4 years. But literally, your CV is nothing to write home about. Like, there's some information on your CV that are not supposed to be there. You don't even have literally nothing to show for on your CV. So as a fresh graduate that is coming into the job market, or someone who is going into an entry level, a 1 to 2 years experience job, you need to understand that your CV and your resume and your cover letter are very, very important. Now, there are three things when it comes to your CV. Number one is your format or the structure. Number two is customization. Number three is keyword. Now, for you who is an entry level person, minimum of 1 page, you should contain all this information. You should contain your contact information. Your contact information is your name, your email address, your LinkedIn profile, your name, email address, and LinkedIn profile. Basically, that is what you need for your contact information and phone number. Yes, so they can actually get in touch with you. Then you have like your professional summary. Your professional summary is okay. What do I want to achieve, or this is what I have done. A professional summary. Then you have achievements, because you are just coming into the workforce. You don't have literally nothing. Your achievements are like some of the things you did in school. And that is why it is important. Schooling is not just for book, 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 book. And that is what majority of us, went through in school. We didn't have hard skills, we didn't have soft skills. See, tell me finishing school, I already had like some technical skills that I learned, my own family love, immediately you finish from secondary school, you want to go and do one or two things. So I learned computer already. I was working in a business center. I worked in a business center. I once worked in a bakery. So one way or the other, I have like some skills that I can translate into anything that I can show on my CV. You understand? So you want to show your achievements. So, and even if you don't have any achievements, if your mom owns a shop or they owns a business, or one way or the other, you've helped your family out in one of their business, you can point that out and say, okay, this is what you've done while you were schooling. You want to showcase those skills, you understand, as a form of your achievements. Then you talk about your work experience if you have any. If you don't have, just try to translate some of the skills that you have. Then we'll talk about the skills and your education. These are the basic structures for your CV. Now we're looking at customization. Now there are two ways to go about this when it comes to customization, and a lot of thought leaders, um, aligned to whatever way suits them. So I'm going to talk about the two ways, but I would, let you know my own way. So number one is tailoring your resume to the job description you are actually applying for in the first place. So, and the second option is creating one master resume that reflects your career goals. Now, for the first one, which is tailoring your resume to the job description, it's very cumbersome. You have to keep on updating every now and then, and it's very draining because, especially for we in Nigeria right now, you might apply for more than 1,000 jobs before you can actually get a job. So changing your CV every now and then is very time consuming. So that's why I said there are different things, and the thought leaders have like, okay, it's like you're changing your resume every now you're applying, or you have a master CV. For me, I subscribe to having a master CV, and if I'm having a master CV, or if you're having a master CV, what you want to do is whatever role you want to get, or whatever role you're doing or you've done in the past, You want to create your CV in such a way that it reflects you doing a higher role. You understand? That is what you want to do. So, for instance, if you are an intern, you want to write your CV such that it's showing that you're doing a role of an associate. If you're an associate, you want to write your CV in such a way that it's doing a role of or a specialist. If you're a specialist, you want to write your CV such a way that it's doing a role of a manager. So this way you can capture more information. But for we are that we're graduates, we've not had any work experience, but I know some people have like work experience or even intent. So you want to write it in such a way that it reflects a higher role, and that way you'll be able to capture more information than whatever the JD or the entry level role would actually have. Now, the third thing is the keywords. We all know automatic applicant tracking system, and a lot of organization uses that nowadays. So you want to make sure that your CV contains the relevant keyword that are specific to your industry. You want to show metrics. You want to show numbers in your CV. You want to show the metrics, and you want to include like the basic keywords. Now, this is just, I don't want to go deep on resume because that is not really why we're here. You understand? I just want to quickly touch base on some few things on resume. Now, a lot of people do think cover letter is not important, but I tell you, cover letter is very, very important, and that is why when you want to apply for jobs, you want to be very strategic with your applications, because we think cover letter is not important for our job application, we just end up applying to any kind of job. And that way, we don't even end up tracking the job that we applied for. We just send the application, we just keep on sending, easy apply, easy apply. Before you know it, 2,000 easy apply, you won't get one response. So your CV, your cover letter is very, very important. You want to have a master cover letter that reflects, okay, your experiences, just like you have me. I subscribe to master, so you want to have a master cover letter that reflects your experiences. Then you and how does it look like? The structure of the cover letter is basically introduction, body, and conclusion. So you introduce yourself while you're applying for the role. The body of the cover letter, which is some of your key highlights, some of your key strengths, and the conclusion. So you want to make sure that you show your enthusiasm in your cover letter. You know, it's very, very, very important you actually do that. So adding up all these things and sending in your application will put, that's like the first stage of the whole process. Now the next thing you want to do is, you know, I'm supposed to put this at the at the at the front actually, but how do you even identify and even apply for internship role in the first instance? You understand? Because you already know your what you want to do in life already. You already know, okay, this is the role that I want to go for. You've already, you know, taken a course, you understand, and you've prepared your portfolio, your CV for that program or for the role. You know, let's say project management already. You've done Scrum, you've done some of all the courses they have for project management already, and you've built a portfolio. You built your CV and your portfolio for it already. Now the next thing is, how do you identify and apply for those entry level roles? Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to identify the opportunities. Where are the places you can actually get these opportunities? You understand? You want to research potential employers, and this is very, very key. One thing majority of us do is that we don't even know the organization we want to work for. We don't have a value system when it comes to the organization I want to work for, and that's why you end up applying for different organization. So for me personally, my advice would be identify like 50 organization that you feel that aligns with your value system. Research that organization to the latest, you understand? Connect with people, connect with people within that organization and follow up with them. That is you researching an organization. Understand the problem they have. Understand how you can be of a solution to them as an organization. And that is what majority of us don't do. What we do is just, oh, there's a job on LinkedIn, cool, easy, apply. There's a job, greenhouse, apply. There's a job, work day. Immediately you see work day, just be like, oh, I'm not going. I don't know. Do we have anybody on this call that anytime you see a job posting on work day, they just end up and not applying for that job? Do you have anybody? Raise up your hand. That work day is so annoying. I don't know why they have to do the application and that you need to register before you can actually apply. So because we don't understand the organization, we don't understand our value as a person, and we don't understand the potential organization we want to work for. We just end up applying for different jobs. So another thing again you can do to identify opportunities to utilize job boards. Yes, LinkedIn is very, very important. You want to use that. Indeed is very important. But sometimes these job boards, you can see a job on them for like 30, 60, 90 days, you know, and it seems as if okay, they are not even just getting any job. So job board is useful, but you also need to be very strategic when applying for jobs on roles on job boards. So there's series of job boards you can use. Indeed, Himalayas, work remotely, digital nomad, uh, a lot of them. I would share a trick at the end of this, identifying opportunities. I would share with us. So you can also leverage university resources. In some universities, if you're still an undergraduate, in some universities there are some resources they actually have in place. And they bring in people, they have an event. You want to make sure you are utilizing those networking this thing to the fullest, you understand. Then the fourth one is you want to join a professional association. So whatever role you've actually identified that you want to do, look for people that are doing that role already. There are various channels in which you can use in joining professional association. They are the registered one, you understand, and they're like other ones that are okay. You just join them and just follow up with them and see what they're doing. So for a project management, you want to look for yours. For someone who is in UI UX, you want to look for one. If you are into like AI automate or machine learning and the likes, you want to look for people that are in professionals that are in that role and join their professional bodies. That way, you get to learn more. You get to be recognized and the likes. Then another thing again is you want to engage in social media. I don't know anybody if you're on this call, if you know that there's a job board on Twitter. So, and outside of that, there are people, they just put out a post and just be like, oh, I need this so thing. So you want to, anytime you're going, if you're on Facebook, you can just type. Facebook is not that good, but Twitter, yes, still more serious minded people. They put it out. LinkedIn, people post, just search I am hiring on the search text. You will see people that are hiring for your role. I am hiring, let's say project management. You just see people entry level. You will see those information and you can connect with them. And from there on, you can pick up conversation and move on. These are like the ways in which you can identify different jobs that are available, not just only job boards, because a lot of us, what we focus on is job boards. And then one other thing that I want to also put here is that when you are trying to identify openings, you also want to think like the recruiter. Where will the recruiter put the job? There was a video that I did some few, let's say like last month, about how you can use Boolean search string to search for jobs on, because a lot of organizations use greenhouse. You understand? So if you touch search that Boolean search string, you understand, with greenhouse, it would show different organizations, remote companies and the likes, hybrid, global organization that uses greenhouse that have posted whatever role you're looking for on greenhouse. And from there, you can use Google, you search it on Google, filter it out to like today or 24 hours, you will see new jobs that were posted within 24 hours on Google. And from there, you're applying to them directly. These are ways in which you can identify new roles that are very much active, not jobs that have been posted on the company website, and after like maybe like 1 month, they're just reposting it on LinkedIn for publicity. Some people, they might even forget to take it off from LinkedIn. You apply for a job on LinkedIn, you wait for like 3 months before they send you a rejection letter because they are closing down the role. You understand? So these are ways in which you can identify open opportunities. The most important one when you want to get open opportunities that works like magic, you need to put effort, is researching. Have like 50 companies you're targeting, or let's say 20 companies that you're targeting. Look for the problem and look for how you can solve their problem, and connect with employees in your department within the organization, engage with their post, engage with them every now and then. I'll talk more about this in networking actually. So then how do you apply for a role? Make sure you're tailoring your application to the job, leverage on referrals and recommendations. This is very important. A lot of roles that are closed today are basically done on referrals and recommendation. Like 80% of the roles that are done today that are closed, they'll just put the job posting, but before you know it, they've closed the role. You see the job posting like this. Oh, let me quickly go and apply. LinkedIn. Next thing you see, another person posted. I'm happy to announce that I have started a role as a people operation specialist in both. This role, I apply for this role now. I don't get anything. That is how they go about it. Think about it. There are a lot of startups that are springing up in Nigeria, and the next thing you see, they have like 30 employees already, and they never posted their job anywhere. How do they go about it? Referrals and recommendation. And finally, utilize online job boards. Now, one more thing that I wanted to add here, I forgot to add, is leverage on agency, recruitment agency. This is a gold mine that a lot of people don't even make use of at all. Recruitment agencies, for a lot of startups that are coming into Nigeria, they use recruitment agencies. You understand? And majority of them don't even post on this thing. What they do is they have like a pool of candidates already. They just send, analyze. So what you want to do as an entry level person, go and look for. There's so many recruitment agencies out there. You understand? There are global recruitment agencies. There are local recruitment agencies. Look for those recruitment agencies. Follow them. You understand? Connect with people in that agency. Be friend with at least maybe like 5 of them, and tell them, connect with them, constantly connect, have conversation with them, maybe on LinkedIn or anytime they post, interact with them. I'll talk more about this on networking later on. Let me leave that for now. Then tip for success: just stay organized, prepare thoroughly and follow up on your application. Follow up is very important. Very important. You cannot just apply for jobs. I saw a video, someone said, oh, there are some people, they would apply for job, but they don't even follow up. They have an interview, they don't follow up after the interview. Like, they don't give a thank you. There People are very petite. You understand? They will, the smallest thing they can use in disqualifying you. So when you send an application in, even if you don't get a response, there was one time I was I was trying to analyze how I can help more people get job, and I was using this technique. So I went to what's the name of this website? Uh, Crunchbase. Crunchbase hosts virtually almost all startup, all made companies all over the world. They have like the highest database of every company. And I went there, I searched for people, companies that are, got recently got seed fundings, series A, series B, series C, try to check their sizes and see if they have global remote and all those things. And I instantly, picked different names of companies from there. And this is how you can research. This research that I'm talking about, this is what I did. So you go to Crunchbase, look for companies that are recently got fundings, Series A, or what's the first one? Seed funding, yes. sit for and look for those companies, and if they're remote, you understand, if you are in Nigeria and you're looking for those, or they are local companies too, look for those kind of companies. From there, connect with people in those organizations. When you connect with them, you understand, have conversations with them. There was one that I did. I was able to get a particular role, you understand, and I sent the person a message. Oh, I saw you are the head of department of this role. I already applied for this role, but I'm just following up with you if you can actually put in a recommendation. He said she was like, okay, they're still reviewing candidate and she will let me know. Then after 1 week, I didn't get anything from her. Then I reached out to her again. I was like, okay, hi, I haven't got any information from you regarding this role and all these things. Can you, the next thing after like 24 hours, I got an invite for the first level interview. I didn't do well for the interview, so I didn't actually, I didn't get the job. I'm still where I'm at. So, but importantly is that you can research companies, you can do follow up. There's so many tools that you can use in doing follow-ups today. You understand? You can send application, look for people that are in that department. There's this tool, Apollo.io. You will get their email address, official email address, bomb them. Sometimes I think I don't know why, there are a lot of Yahoo guys out there. I'm sorry I'm using this example. There are a lot of Yahoo boys out there, and a Yahoo boy will be bombing like 20 different websites. You understand? And on those 20 different websites, they might be talking to like maybe like 1,000 different people on those 20 different websites. What they need is just a yes. You as an applicant, why can't you think like that? Why can't you bomb, bomb LinkedIn, bomb Twitter, bomb anywhere you can find a lead that will give you a recommendation for a job? Why can't you do that to get a legit job? So you need to think outside of just being okay, an entry level person or a fresh graduate, or I don't have skills. You need to network aggressively. So follow up, you would get an invite, because no matter the job application you put there, if you don't get an invite, there is no job for you. So what you want to do is you want to, improve how you can get more invites, because it's not about the numbers of application you put in. You can put 2,000 application, and if you don't get any invites, you won't get a job, because the numbers of invites you get will determine the numbers of jobs, the numbers of yes you can get in the long run. So let's quickly move through. There's no time ago now. Do we have enough time to actually finish this? Do we have any questions so far? Do you have any questions so far? Put an emoji if you are, enjoying what I've actually been taking so far. Okay. I see that you're in the Solly. Thank you very much. I see that too. So talking about networking, networking is very important in your job search, and that is what a lot of people don't know. They feel, oh, let me apply. You understand? You can't just apply. Okay, sorry, you've been raising your hand. Sorry, please. Can you unmute yourself?
Yeah. So when you were talking about following up with companies that you applied for, right? Um, how long should
Mm-hmm.
one keep doing follow up? Like, let's say you applied for a company now and you followed up. They told you that okay, they're having some issues in their company now, while the role is on pause and everything. So how long should one give them before he do follow up again?
Any company that you follow, thank you very much for that question. Any company that you follow up with and they tell you they're having an issue and the role is on pending, then sorry, the next thing you should do is don't put your, let's say you just have like 10% hope on them. You understand? Because what is going on financially in the world right now is very, very tough. And you can see Microsoft recently moved out. There's some other organization that are moving out of Nigeria. That is Nigeria. In the global face, companies are actually struggling. Com- if you noticed, most organizations now they are kind of restricting their budget in terms of like what they do, except for a few of them, that they're like the biggest player in that. So any organization normally, if you reach out to a company and they say, oh, they're still reviewing their the candidates, then you can give them 2 to 3 days and follow back again. You understand? Those ones, or 1 week. But any company that says, oh, the role is, we have to pause on the role, that role, the only thing you can do is to just have a cordial relationship with the recruiter for that. That way, when when they have another opening, you understand, or maybe when they have funding, because most of the time when organizations say, oh, we are keeping this role on penny right now, we are not going on with the recruitment, it's either they're looking at their total head cost and seeing that, oh, if they bring on another person to this role, it would affect the operational costs. You understand? That is why they will tell you that. And I hope that answered your question.
Yes, thank you very much.
Hmm. Okay. Can we move on? Can we proceed now? Okay, networking. Networking is very, very important. Why is networking? Why does networking matters, or why is it very important? You understand? Networking goes beyond just, oh, I am looking for job. Networking, you still have to continue networking even after you started your job. You need to start connecting with people within your organization. You need to have people that would say your name where you are not. Because if you don't have people that are saying your name when you are not, you won't move forward in life. You will just remain stagnant. You understand? So for you to move up the career ladder, you need to network within your organization, and also, for your job search, also you need to network. Knowledge sharing, you also need to network. You're just starting out, you don't have experience. You understand? There's someone, a project manager, a UI UX person, you know, different different roles, you understand? You network with them and get a bit of their knowledge. People in products, PIP, there are different groups online, there are different Slack channels today where you can network with people. One thing you need to do is you need to be very proactive. You don't have a job. Nigeria is too hard for you not to have a job right now. Like this morning I was going out, someone came to me and was like, oh, please, I should give me self like this. Nobody say I get the whole money. Like everybody they package, you understand. But notwithstanding, you understand, if you have a job, you understand, it makes life a bit much bearable for you, because waiting to to show everybody now, it's too much. Like even the concept, we don't even buy them as they go like this. So for your knowledge share, you need to network with them so you can get insight to what they know, and from there you can use it, you can leverage it in your interview, in your freelance job, in your free job you are volunteering for. And from there you will continue to gain more experience, broader your scope, and before you know it, you can quickly move up the ladder. Support system, networking also serve as a support system for you if you're going through a lot, and also maybe you're having a project and you're having issues with, you can, when you network with people and just say that, oh, this is what I'm going through. I'm doing this project right now and I'm having challenges here. They would help you, out. Reputation building, it keeps you reputation within the organization when you network. For instance, I'm going to share a story of this guy. What's his name? Emmanuel Nduka. This guy is a crazy networker. He networked with Tony Elumelu, and today, when I last time I checked his profile, was on maybe like 100 plus followers on LinkedIn. Right now, he's roughly about almost 200K followers on LinkedIn. Do you know what that means? You know, and I saw his post recently where he said he was going to, was it China or so? He was invited to one event. I think it was in China. So was having issues. Then he put out a post, and before you know it, he was able to get people to help him resolve that post. Same thing. This guy, what's his name? Tunde Onokoya. I know I met Tunde Onokoya 2021, well, we used to work in the workstation at Ikeja. I met with him, sorry. Yeah, sorry. So so let's just move very very fast because of time. I'll share maybe some other time we can have like some Q&A section on that later on. So next thing is reputation building, collaboration opportunity. You get to be able to collaborate with different people, and that is what a lot of people are doing on social media today. They're networking with each other and they're collaborating on platforms, and they just keep blowing up. So this is networking. Where to network? It's very simple. Alumni network. You have people within your schools. You understand? Secondary school, uh, university. Your your industry events. You network with people. You go there with the intention of networking, not just go there to go and catch fun. It's not fun. You go there, you go and network, meet people. Connect with people, and people that will take you from where you are to where you want to be. Online platform, LinkedIn, professional forums. These are like places in which you can network. How? It's simple. Just once you connect with them, you you already have the first connection with them. You've actually talked in an event, you understand, connect with them on LinkedIn. Just timely check up on them, timely communication. Once in a while, maybe once in a week, just checking on them, how you doing, how's life, how's this. Comment on their post, comment on any platform you connected with them, connect with them, and put something insightful on your post such that when they see their notification, oh, this person, they would also start interacting with your post, and from there you start building meaningful connection. Put in personalized messages. You understand? Talk about their experiences and the likes. Offer assistance. This is what a lot of people don't do. How many in Yoruba they said, okay, lowo afunigbe, you understand? A lot of us, because we are fresh graduates, we always believe that, oh, now we go to receive every now and then. No, everybody is going through a lot. Like, there's one thing or the other that you can take off from someone's plate, you understand? Offer something, offer an assistance. Ask them, oh, are you facing any challenges? Is there something you need me to actually help out? Basically, you can offer financial assistance, but you can offer maybe like 30 minutes, 1 hour of your time to help them solve, put something in place. And from there, before you know it, I'm going to share my experience on this. While I was at OP, so um, I was working as an outsourced employee, you understand? At some point, then OP shut down. There was this government law that shut down the bike and all these things for like almost 20,000 employees were affected. My business line was completely shut down. We were like 6,000 and they reduced us to less than 200. In HR, we're over 40 HRs. Now only maybe like 3 HRs that remain. So at some point, I didn't have any issue because what I do, I'm good at what I do. I didn't have any issue, but I wanted to move on. So there was a day I went to submit the payroll to the Chinese manager in Alexandra House and the head office. And after finishing, I was like, "Oh, do you have anything you need help with?" And she was like, "Yeah, I have some things." And she didn't even understand English. Like she has something. We just use WeChat. They translate to each other. uh she was like, "Oh, will I like to work with her?" I was like, "I'd like to work with you, like, because working with you means full-time employee, like with all the benefits I'm supposed to receive as a full-time employee." And she was like, "Okay, no worry, I'll speak with so person from China." Before I reach my office back in Ireland, approval I don't do. Now I moved from where I was as an outsourced employee into a full-time employment with full benefits. They matched all my benefits together, and gave me something really worthy. You understand? Because I asked to offer an assistance to someone who doesn't really need my assistance in the first place. You understand? So you need to be able to give someone, offer an assistance for people, your mentors or people you connected with. Be genuine and stay engaged. I don't want to talk more. We have like 3 pages. Let me just quickly rush through this so we can end the call. Now, preparing for interview is very, very simple. I need to really go through this. We've spent a lot of time here. We were supposed to be like a 1 hour call, but I think my network was bad initially, so that's why. So let me just quickly wrap this up. Um, preparing for interview. So for interview, there are common types of interview. You have the for interview, most in some organization, there are stages or types of interview. Stages, it could be like stage 1 to 5, some it could be like types of interviews. So you have behavioral, technical, case, group, panel. These are like the different types of interview. But all of them, what they want to do is just to evaluate you as a person. But one common mistake a lot of people think about when they think about interview is, oh, I am going there for them to drill me. No, when you have that mindset, you will fail at the interview. You want to go there and be thinking, oh, I want to go and have a conversation with someone, a representative from the organization. It's a conversation, literally a conversation. And one problem, or Mr. Okay, please.
Yeah, sorry, we haven't been your slides haven't been moving. I didn't know you were. I thought you just wanted to just share this
Oh,
cover page and talk and just talk. I didn't know you were trying to like present your
uh,
slide. It
I was
hasn't been moving.
I have been presenting this like since, so I have really
Yeah,
I've
it
been
hasn't been.
like
But yeah, I think we can after like you can continue and after the session we can just share the
okay,
slide with the
okay,
guys.
awesome, awesome. Sorry, I've been sharing slides since I thought it was moving. I think I opened like multiple pages of the slide. That's why. Um. wait. Okay. So now, like I said, when you're going into an interview, have the mindset of you're going there to have a conversation, because your success at interview is determinant on whether the interviewer likes you or not. Your responses, they are there, technical know-how are there. But for you to get a final, okay, going to the next round, getting an offer, is dependent on whether if you have two people with the same technical skills, with the same um soft skills, with the same charisma and all those things, the next thing, the final thing that would determine if you're going to get the job or not is whether the interviewers, if they like you or not. So have the mindset of, oh, I am going there to have a conversation. And there's different frameworks in which you can use in answering your questions. We have the STAR method, which is situation, task, action, results. This one, anytime you're answering behavioral question, tell us about yourself. You want to use STAR your method. There's another method called the CAR method, which is challenge, action, and results. These are like anytime you ask a question, a very short, and you want to give a very short answer to that question, that is when you use this challenge. This is a challenge you face. This is the action, and this is the result. Quickly, a short answer. The third one is problem, solution, and outcome. You know, this is when you ask questions that are related to problem solving. You want to talk about the problem, the solution, and the outcome of it. And the last one is SOID. That's situation, observation, interpretation, and your decision. So this one you want to use it if you're like, okay, analytical thinking, data and the likes. So you talk about the situation. What did you observe? With this situation, with this data that I saw, you understand? This is what I observed. What is your interpretation of that data? Then what decision do you take? So these are like different frameworks for it. Then tips for effective interview preparation. For interview, what you just basically need is preparation. You have to be prepared. And two skills that are important: communication skills and storytelling skills. How you can navigate such that you keep the interviewer engaged. That way, it will improve your likability. It will improve, the interviewer liking you as a candidate, and that way you can easily get a job. So, tips is you want to research the company inside out, like look for everything. The departments they're hiring for, why are they hiring for it? What's the problem they're facing? How can you do this thing? How can you solve the problem? You want to put that in. Look at the JD itself, understand the JD. My job that I got at Cheaper Cash, what I did was I crafted different answers for the JDs. And when they were throwing questions, I was just bubbling those questions in, because what I did was I read the JD and understand the JD. I understand what the JD is all about. and I crafted my answers to that JD. Practice common interviewing questions. This is very, very important. I wanted to say one more thing here. Um, ah, forgot. I'm coming. I wanted to say something here, but I've forgotten. If I remember, maybe when we have questions, I'll be able to like do that. So, um, then after you got your entry level role or your internship role, what are the tips? Transition into a full time role, corporate truths and the likes. So, first tip, for you to thrive in your internship is you have to be very proactive. Very proactive. I remember when I joined OP, for 1 week, we were not doing anything. But I hate sitting down and I was like, oh, Isaac, do you have any tasks for me? Every other person they were just pressing their phone. Like 6 different people, they were just that we started together, all of them were just pressing their phone. Like, oh, job will come, job will come. They will bring a tax to their table and all those things. But me, I was like, it doesn't look like me. Like I was coming from a teaching this thing where we say I'm the head, I'm the principal, I am the primary basic 5 teacher. I am like I know what I go through on a daily basis. So without seeing anything, I know that what's going on? Why is this like this? It feels so different. So I was asking for a job. And when the time came, I got access to like majority of things that we use within that department. So it helped me out. So you want to be proactive and curious, ask questions, embrace the learning mindset. You want to learn. Anything anybody is doing in your area, you just want to learn and understand, okay, what's this about, okay, how can you do it, how can you help out, and this network and build relationship is very, very key because those are the ones that will give you updates. I remember a time during that time where I've never shared this outside. There was a friend of mine that we started he started before me, like a week before me. So when they were laying off, his name was part of the people that were being laid off. But there's this another person that was, being saved, you know. But because of the relationship we had, and I understand, okay, this person can do this job better than this, and I had the authority to be able to influence and change that decision. That simple slight decision today helped the career, and the guy is still working in HR today. A lot of people that were laid off in HR then are OP. Majority of them when they are not doing HR any longer because they had to start finding something, you know. But the guy, because of the relationship we had almost the same exponential growth within OP. And me calling his name out at that instant helped his career today. This is not about boasting, this is just talking about the reality. Make sure you're always delivering high quality work. Anytime you're given a task to do, make sure you're doing it with all your mind. Then finally, communication. See, communication is key. If you don't know how to communicate, they'll just put you one side, put you one side. And that is why me personally, what I'm doing now is because I want to improve my communication skills. I want to become the best of the best when it comes to communicating. So you want to communicate, you want to be very, very good at communicating with others, communicating your ideas such that people will understand what you are thinking about, what you're talking about, and that way it would help you. How do you transition to full-time role from internship or entry? Basically, just exceed the expectation. See, do more, do anything at all that comes to your table. You understand? Just do it. But be strategic with what you're doing. Don't just do all the mundane tasks. Do strategic tasks. Regularly seek feedback. Talk about this thing. You must be, let them tell you, okay, what are you doing wrong? What are you doing right? Okay, how can you improve? And you improve on those things. Showcase your skills, express your intent of like, oh, I want to pick this role, a higher role, and stay connected with people. Finally, corporate truths. Communication is key. Like I said, communication is very, very key within the organization. The people at the leadership position, they are not the best at doing the technical skills. What they are good is communicating to every stakeholders, and the stakeholders understand what they're talking about. Professionalism matters, always be professional all the time. Don't just go in and start playing with everybody. I see people within the organization, I'll just laugh at them. Deadlines are important. Make sure you're always meeting your deadline. Get the work in before the deadline. Office politics. This one is It exists. Don't go and think this thing that it doesn't exist. They would say a lot of things behind your back. You understand? They would say to your face. Some would say behind your back and all those things. But it exists. You also know how to. You need to know how to play those politics. Everyone started from somewhere. I remember when I joined OPA, I saw a payroll for someone at HR. She was earning roughly around 400K a month, and I'm like, how? Then I was earning maybe like 70K as at then. I'm like, how? 400K, 70 times 12 is how much? 84, 840. That's 2 months' salary. A 2 month salary is my 1 year salary in OP as at then. So everyone started from somewhere. And today, I can boast, even the person itself that was earning that amount itself might almost be at the same pay range as I now. You understand? So everyone start from somewhere. I think that will be the end of my presentation today. So if you have any questions, we can quickly just ask questions. Mr. Effico,
Thank you so much. It's just like this. This wow, you're doing this in your car. I guess because of the
I had
network
to, I
issue.
had to.
Yeah, but thank you so much. I'm sure that like everyone on the call has learned one or two tips, maybe even three or four, that that can help them in their job search journey, especially at the early stage, of trying to get an internship or even entry level opportunities. And hopefully this the learning point from this gets to be the precise ingredient that gets to turn someone's life around on this call. So thank you so much. We really appreciate. And yeah, this is the time for us to ask questions, because maybe some of the things that he's shared so far that haven't that aren't completely clear, or something outside what he has talked about but is related to the whole journey of trying to get a job or trying to get an internship. Please feel free to share. Whilst we're thinking of our questions, as part of the partnership, between us and Effico and Idris, he's willing to provide further mentorship to those of us who would be interested. And so if you're interested in getting extra mentorship from him, and for him to share some other resources, a he has this bank of opportunities that, especially for entry level and internships. If you want him to share that with you, if you want him to guide you, hold your hand and guide you through the different stages that you would have to go through in this journey, he's happy to do that, as because he also has a consultancy that he does, where that he manages, where he basically helps with mentoring people who want to either switch jobs or get new jobs, get internships. So he's happy to do that. If you're interested in that, please feel free to just send us an email. The email to, or you know what, I think the easy way would just be to reach out to him through any of his handles as he's shared. You can reach out to him on LinkedIn, on TikTok, IG, or Facebook, and his phone number is also there for you to reach out on WhatsApp. So feel free to hit him up on any of these platforms for further guidance and mentorship, on this journey. And so, yeah, now back to the questions. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask now.
Please.
Okay, Daniel, please proceed.
Yeah, good evening. Firstly, I would like to thank Bro Idris for the enlightenment this morning, because I've really benefited a lot from this class. But my question is, he was talking about bombing sites, about all this Yahoo boys stuff when he was talking about bombing site. So I want to ask that we have LinkedIn accounts, how do we go about it? Like those sites that you are saying we should check. for jobs? How do we go about it? Because that LinkedIn, let me say, I'm a novice in operating it. I don't really, I just see people, like, I don't know how to like connect with them. So that's my question. Like, how do we go about it so that, okay, the skill I have, I will know how to, okay, link up with the this particular job on it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Abdul Ghani. So what I was saying about the bombing, it's very, very true. And we just need to start doing things legally. Do the legal part of like that bombing, bomb
Sure, sure, sure,
every,
sure, sure, sure.
bomb everybody. But one thing I think we should do is I think we could have another session on LinkedIn optimization, where I would walk people through how. So for me now, I have over 8,000 followers on LinkedIn, and I wouldn't say I just started, posting little by little, like recently, like maybe like last month. I've been on LinkedIn for the longest, but I started engaging. I might come and post one post and go again for like 2 months and come again and post, But recently now I've been much more active, so I can walk us through how we can go about, LinkedIn optimization, because it's not just about bombing; it's also about having your LinkedIn optimized such that when people search for your name, you understand. When people search for you, they see your profile and they can connect to you and ask that, oh, are you interested in the job? So that's like the most important thing.
Yeah, I'd just like to add that I think that would be a nice follow-up, to this event, to the whole student power hour, because I remember that I had my in my second year, 200 level, I had a fully optimized LinkedIn account. And what's funny is that I remember those days, when I had just one internship experience at the time after my first year in school. And I used to look at my LinkedIn profile and say to myself that I can't wait to have it filled up with so many different jobs. Like, I've worked here, I've done this, I've done this. And recently I was looking at my profile, and I remember, that's how I anticipated to have, so many companies on my profile, so many logos and all of that, and how that has come to reality. And there's probably going to be a lot more. But yeah, so there's nothing wrong. You don't have to be in the workforce, or you don't have to have, like, gotten a job, have graduated before you have an optimized LinkedIn account. No, even as a student or even as a fresh graduate, it's certainly very possible, and it will definitely improve your chances of meeting people out there that might be able to help you. So I think it would be nice to make us the next session of the student power hour to be such that it focused on helping students optimize their LinkedIn profile. So I'll share that with the team, and hopefully we'll see how where we can go with that. But additionally, Abdulkani, of course, like I said, you can reach out to Idris personally, and he can assist with this. Okay,
Yeah.
so next question is when you has her hand up. When you please ask your question.
Mm.
Hello, when you we can't hear you.
I can hear you. Onye. Can you
Can you hear
type
me
it
now?
free?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you. Trying to remember you. Akin Labi Idris. Thank you for that. Okay,
Okay.
but I think that's been a struggle for me crafting my resume since I said I'm trying to transition into education into something else. And while you were speaking, you said when you give the point, you said contact information, you should have your phone number, your email, of course. And then this professional summary, how did you craft that and put into, and then also the achievement, that's where I got lost. I didn't get actually got that. What will be your professional summary and then your achievements, since what you're applying for is different from what you read in school? Thank you.
Okay. That question is a very, very, very important question. And so, like I said earlier on, I said whatever you're applying for, you know, the CV you want to create, you want to make sure it's actually reflecting a role higher than what you're actually applying for. You understand? So what you want to do is what you read is significant, but right now, when it comes to the professional summary, it's actually insignificant. What you want to show there is you want to show okay the technical skills you have, the soft skills you have, and your mission as a person. So that is what you want to craft into your professional summary. I think th- these things that I actually just shared right now, they are things that their topic, their major topic that we can treat one after the other. LinkedIn optimization, preparing for an interview, applying for jobs. CV review. Like these are individual um topic we can actually take. And like Mohammed said, I'm willing to actually take in like a few people that we can work with. I can work with this time around, just to help them. Basically, not me reviewing their CV, but I would show them how they can actually review their CV to reflect their, their skills. So, because one thing that a lot of people are doing now is okay, oh, there are a lot of AI out there, and just go their professional summary. Before you know, 100 because they are applying for the same job. So when a recruiter sees such situation, what happens? They just be like, oh, these people are unserious. These are AI, 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 AI. So I will work with you on how you can make use of it that will, you know, give you a genuine professional summary, a genuine CV of yourself. Though these are things that I have plans, to do. I'll have like some webinar session on all these things later on, in like this coming weeks and coming months. Would have like a student hour, like what um Mohammed also said earlier on. So, but I can work with you, and we can connect either on LinkedIn. You have my contacts in there. We can connect and pick up conversation afterwards. Then outside that, I wanted to share this. I was hoping maybe at the end of the call, but I have like two resources that I want to share out maybe at the end of this whole training. So I have, because a lot of people they apply for jobs, but they don't track their applications. They don't even know steps that are involved in each of the stages. So I did a breakdown of all these things in a Notion page, and how you can different tools you can use, different job boards you can use, how you can use them. You understand? I did a breakdown of all these things, and I would share with everybody once I actually completed. I just want to go through like some few more reviews on it before I actually send it out. So you can also be on the lookout for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Next question is Solly. Well, like we're already way past the time, so we have just two more questions. One from Solly and one from
Mhm.
Moyoba. So we'll just take those two and then we'll quickly round off. So Solly, you can ask your question, please, and afterwards Moyolua. Solly, you can proceed.
Unmute yourself, Sully. Sully, you're on mute. Oh.
Oh, I've unmuted myself now.
Okay.
So I have a question. I have a question, but I don't really know if it's really has to do with the internship stuff. So no, I feel it does, but I see feel it doesn't. So I know that if someone is applying for a job, they give them like tests, then stages of interviews to do. Why is it that if someone is applying for internship, they give you tests again to do before they give you the internship? Like, what is the use of the test before the internship? Because I'm applying for internship to get the experience, the skills to improve myself. But still, they're testing me.
Should I tell should I tell you the reality? The reality is the reality is, as can you please mute yourself? You have some background noise. Is that your question? before I cut you, sorry. Is that the question?
That's my question. That's my question.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so the reality is,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
as an entry level, you need experience to get a job, but you need the job to get the experience. So a lot of organization now they now have entry level position, and the difference between an entry level position and an internship is not a lot. You understand, especially for some roles. And the reason why we're having this problem right now is because a lot of students now have like the technical skills already. You understand? They have the technical skills already while they were in school. You understand? So they just want to take up like, okay, enter there as intern so they can climb the ladder. You understand? And get retained in there. That's why. And another thing again is some organization they love using interns. You understand, for what they do. And maybe because they don't have enough workforce or they don't have enough operational cost to bring in experienced hire, so they go in the cover of, oh, let me look for someone who has the skills already to come and take intern. So they pay them like 50K, 30K, you understand, and the person will work with them for like 1 year, and the person is gaining experience, so it's more like a win-win situation. A typical example, so I have this experience. uh a, One of my senior colleague was recruiting for an internship position, but it's an internship position, but they're looking in internally. What they're looking for is an entry level position, someone who has like the experience that they can do something already, that they won't have to like start training all through. The only thing that the person will just be doing is, okay, you will have more exposure to, okay, the tools that they have and how they actually work in there. So on the role is for like 150K for an intern. Majority of the role today sef, sometimes you can see a role of 80K, 100K, 150K for 2 years, 3 years experience. So if they're paying like 150K already, so they expect you to actually come in with some technical know-how already. So, but if you don't have experience, one thing you can do is you can leverage on you can volunteer. You understand? Just volunteer on different projects. Especially if you're in tech, just look for places in which you can volunteer, and once you volunteer, do above and beyond what you can do over there. And if you do that within 3 months or 1 to 3 months, they see your value. They know that this person is operating at a full-time employee, and they'll be convinced to be like, okay, let us pay this person. You understand? But I know Nigeria is very, very hard right now. So no free job for anywhere. Everybody's looking for something that would give them pay, because it's really, really tough. Even someone who has like 4 years experience, they're still earning 200K. So 200K in in Nigeria today doesn't even do a lot. So everybody is looking for something. But one thing is, you need to put in some commitment. You need to put in some sacrifice for a start, because if you don't gain the experience, you will not get the full-time job. You understand? I know of someone who was working in a desktop publishing. The person just went ahead, did some UX UI on Udemy and some few things, and they got a job of almost 10 million naira. You understand? So what you need the experience. You need to put in some sacrifice in terms of like, okay, are you um learning some of the basic things already? So when they test you, they know that you already know it, and you can use them as a reference, to get a much better paying job. So that's it. Moyinfolua, please. Moyinolua, sorry.
Okay, so my question is, I noticed that there are some roles that one hardly get internship roles or entry level roles in. For example, I'm transitioning into product management, and most times I just see senior manager, senior manager, senior product manager roles
Mhm.
like that. But I hardly see like internships or even entry level roles. So in a situation like that, how do I like
Get it.
sort yes get internship roles in situations like that? Because most times it's always senior roles and it's always like 4 years, 5 years, 8 years, and I'm just starting in that part. How do I get
Okay.
roles?
So I don't know if you're on the call earlier on. I stated something. I said there's some organization, like it's very what you said is very very true, very very true, because for senior products for products guys, most of the time, especially for established organization, they're always looking for someone who is more senior so they can take their products to the next level. And that's what's common out there, you understand. But there's some organizations that are just starting out that they need a lot of people, you understand, within their team, you understand, to help them do like some basic rudiments. So what you want to start looking for is associate product manager, or you look for product operations, you understand. These are roles that you can still see, and those roles will give you insights into what a product manager does, and from there you can transition internally. I'll give you a typical example. I know I have someone who was she was working on the bank as a product operation. Then she joined my organization as product operation, but they moved her to customer ops. Then she started learning again products, what product does. She was learning product. That's why I say you all majority of all the skills are, they're tangential to each other. You understand? As a customer ops person, you see the problems that people are facing on a daily basis. You understand? So from there, you work with a product manager and you offer to assist them on some of their tasks that they are doing. So you do this most of the time. Career is everybody thinks, okay, when you're starting a career you just jump into it. No, sometimes you go up, sometimes you go down, sometimes you go up, you understand. So you need to look at the easiest way in which you can use to navigate. If you're not getting a product manager, junior product manager, or associate product manager job, look for roles that are tangential to those roles. Start from there, then look at how you can transition within the organization itself. You cannot be doing customer ops or customer support roles and not interact with product managers. You cannot be doing product operation and not interact with product managers. So if you're not getting a product manager job, you understand, as an entry level, look for those roles, those smaller roles that have those things. And what you're looking out for, two things: exposure and growth, exposure and growth, exposure and growth. Those are the two things you're looking out for. So look for how you can intern in an organization that has customer support. From there, if you get an internship in there, go into their products management team and continue to work with them. Give them 50-50 or 70-30 of your time. And before you know it, you would have more insights to what a product manager does, you understand, and you can get the job. Or better still, volunteer, collaborate on with other people. If you have a friends that are building something, volunteer to be their product manager. Help them build that project, then put it in your portfolio. This time around, you don't necessarily need, there are some technical skills you don't necessarily need all the wealth of experience as a this thing. You can just say, oh, you co-founded this thing. And if you can show your technical skills and they communicate to them that, okay, you understand this thing, the nitty-gritty of this thing, they will give you the job. Moi, is that clear?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, awesome. Come to me. Yeah, I can call Bobo. Sorry, that's my boy trying to listen. Mr. Mr. Mohammed, do you have any other questions?
That's another question. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining again. I think those are like all the questions. Nobody else has their hands raised. So again, I really appreciate everyone joining this call. This is our first session for the student power hour, and we appreciate the turnout. And we hope that you guys have been able to learn a lot. And of course, there will be so many more episodes of this to come. And I hope that you guys would have it in mind to attend subsequent ones. One request that we have, anyways, is that like a lot of you have alluded to, that you've learned a lot from this session. We would really appreciate if you guys can like follow us on our social media platforms and post about what you've learned today on anywhere that you deem fit, maybe LinkedIn or Instagram or anything. You can post about that you just attended this event, and this is what you've learned. So that other people can learn the same thing, and also talk about the fact that there will be subsequent sessions, and so that like other people who are in your network can look forward to attending subsequent sessions. Like we said, the next one is a LinkedIn optimization. And of course, follow us on, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, everywhere, so that when we advertise the next session, you can get the notification and you can quickly subscribe to it. I hope, like, I'll just drop a link to our link tree where you can access all of our social media handles, and you can follow us and talk about what you've learned, and mention us when you make this post. Please mention us so that we can also contribute to it and also reshare it with the rest of our followers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Idris. We really appreciate. This is like almost 2 hours already. We appreciate your time. We appreciate that you're doing all of this for free, just to help people. It means a lot, and we can't thank you enough. So I think at this point we can call it an end. So when I'm sharing the resources, the application tracker and other things that Idris wants to share with us, I would share additional information about Effico. For those of us that are students, please don't hesitate to download the app. We promise that it's going to change your life as a student. And those of us that aren't students, if you know any students in your network, please tell them about Effico AI and get them to download the app. It's going to change their lives, very much. So I'm sharing the link tree link now, so we can click on it, follow us on the different social media platforms, check out the website. You can also just search for Effico, effico.co, or just Google Effico AI to learn more about us. And yeah, thank you. I'll be sharing the resources later on. And yeah, thank you everyone, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.